All right, guys, SoFi is down. SoFi stock's down 1.4%, and every index in the U.S. market is down as well. You gotta love it. It's one of those days, guys. One of those days. So, look, we're gonna break down the charts, go over my thoughts, what I'm doing, and we'll break down the overall stock market, other stocks I'm watching as well later in the video. So hit the like button, subscribe, join the Patreon for my portfolio updates, guys, if you want. No pressure. That is linked down below, or go to stocksurfs.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. Take a sip of your water. I already drank the coffee, guys. It's gone. So we're on to water for now, and let's dive into it. So SoFi is down 1.5%, and we are taking out the lows from yesterday. Yesterday we hit about $28.85. That was at about 1:45 p.m. East Coast time. We hit that point. Then we saw a little rally, into power hour, but ultimately we dumped into close again yesterday. We dumped all day. Saw the little rally, then we dumped into close. And again, ultimately the low from yesterday was 28.85, and today, well, we took that out so far. And we still have a little left, or a little time left here in the day. We have about 2 hours left of trading. So you guys can see we hit earlier in the day about $28.40. So we obviously took that low out. And now it seems like on the 5-day, 5-minute, we went from, making higher highs, higher lows, to now flattening a bit, to now we're starting to make lower lows, lower highs. We actually have the opposite, a death cross. We have the 50 SMA crossing under the 180 SMA on this 5-day, 5-minute. And again, you're seeing this trend slowly start to break a little bit on this 5-day, 5-minute. But on the 30-minute chart, which is why it's important to look at all these time frames, right? On this one, you guys can see the Bulls are still in charge, right? If you see here, we do have a little death cross as well on this time frame. Yes, we are under the moving averages, but if you get the channel tool out, you can clearly see what's going on here, right? We just needed a pullback. We got it, and now we're at the bottom of this channel. And technically, again, even though we're under these moving averages, we're still maintaining the channel here. So on the 1 hour chart, you guys can see another thing worth mentioning is this is actually more important. We can see here we're at the 180 SMA on SoFi, right? We're right at a critical support here at about $28.50 to about $29 a share. That's a critical spot. This moving average has held for the last 3-4 weeks. Pretty much this entire month we've held this moving average, and we're at it now. We're oversold. We're at this spot now. This could easily be where buyers start to come in, right? Based on the 1 hour chart and based on what we've seen over the last couple of weeks. And here on the 4 hour, guys, doesn't this look healthy? I mean, come on. Doesn't this look healthy? SoFi got way overbought. Now we're coming down. We're right at the 50 moving average on the 4 hour time frame, which has held since it looks like the middle end of August. So about a good month now we've held this point. So we're at the 50 SMA. If this breaks, big if, but if SoFi does break through, let's say, where would that be? Let's say $28. Let's say it breaks through $28. Okay, we could go down to 26. That's the reality. Right by the 180 SMA 4 hour chart. It could get there, it could. But we're not showing signs of that yet, even though we are down 1.5%. So guys, what I'm getting at here is this is a healthy pullback. And even if it comes down another $1.50, $2.50, it's still up massively over the last couple of weeks and up even more over the last couple of months, and that would still be a healthy pullback. So I like the way SoFi is coming down here. Pretty good overall heading into the end of the year. I'm of the thought, I've said this throughout my videos, guys, that we're going to get a pullback, honestly, now into October a little bit before we then set up for that end of the year push. That applies here to SoFi as well. That applies here. We're going to get a pullback. We're already getting it. And this is good for that end of the year push, which might not come. Who knows? I mean, it might collapse for all we know, but that's kind of my opinion here. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments and hit that subscribe button. I think 50% of you guys watch the videos, but you're not subscribed. You don't follow along for more content for some odd reason. That's what my analytics tell me, guys. So make sure to subscribe, follow along. I appreciate you all, as always, for tuning in. Without you, obviously, this wouldn't be possible. I'd be talking to nobody, right? I'd be some crazy. I guess I am literally in this room talking to nobody right now. But you're watching this video, so I'm talking to you, right? But yeah, SoFi is in an interesting spot. And look, the overall market is selling off as well. S&P is down 0.3%, and it was due for a pullback. We just hit all-time highs yesterday, guys, for Pete's sake. So look, yesterday we hit all-time highs in the morning, and we sold off for a good amount of the day, all day after that. And now we're actually taking out the lows from yesterday. So that leads me to believe, all right, the downtrend, or not even the downtrend, but the selling, the overall selling in the short term could continue, which that leads me to the healthy pullback, which is good. So SPY is down 0.3 to 0.4%. QQQ right now, and by the way, it's about 1:45, 2 p.m. when I'm making this video, East Coast time. QQQ's down 0.4%. The Dow's down not much, actually, or at least before it wasn't. Now it's actually down even more, but still, it's actually the best index on the day. It's down only 0.3%, 140 points, not bad for the Dow, considering this also hit all-time highs yesterday at 46,700. Think about that, guys. It seems like the Dow just hit 40K. That was the big milestone. Now really we're almost at the next milestone, 50K. 50K on the Dow is coming, guys. It's coming sooner rather than later. It's coming. And the Russell is down 0.6%. QQQ's down 0.4, 0.5. So guys, it's a little red day, healthy pullback. We're coming down to the moving averages on these larger time frames. We're coming back to earth a little bit. This is good news, right? This is good news. So what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. And just because we're down across the board, just because SoFi's down, doesn't mean every stock's down. We have Open Door, which I made a video on earlier. Open Door is down 14%, up to over $8 a share. DeFi Technologies, which I own, up 11%. We bought more on Monday. We bought initially 2 Fridays ago. DeFi is one that I've been buying recently, starting my position, and it's up 11%. So not just because it's a red day, it doesn't mean every stock's down. You're going to have stocks in your portfolio that go up. And to be honest, when you're constructing your portfolio, it would be smart to have a couple of stocks in there that are a little bit kind of in their own world, in the sense that there could be a red day, but that stock could go up. A stock that's not super tied to the overall market, this could actually boost your returns long term. And in this case, I think DeFi Technologies is that for me. SoFi was that for me, when it was a smaller company. Now it's grown a lot. Palantir was that for me. I bought that stock at $20. Now it's pushing 200, So if you find these stocks, and they're not always going to work out, obviously they're not always going to work out, guys. If they all worked out, we'd all be, billionaires. But if you find a couple of these stocks over the years that, are kind of detached from the market a little bit and could go on huge runs and give you outsized returns, yeah, you're going to be in pretty good shape, right? Especially if the rest of your portfolio also does well, beats the market or even keeps up with the market. If you find these outsized return investments, man, you're going to look pretty good. You're going to be doing pretty good, man. Let's just say that. So, yeah, I guess we can wrap it up here. What do you all think? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button. Join the Patreon for my portfolio updates. That's linked down below. Or go to Stas, S-T-A-S, Surfes, SERFES.com/Patreon. All those links are down below, pinned in the comment section as well. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Man, I need some water. Peace out.